Assalamualaikum. My name is Hanis Carmila binti Suhaimi with telemetry number of 2113412. I would like to present my demonstrations for the addressing of the IPv4 and IPv6 along with the routing. In this lab, it consists of 5 subnets that we label as A, B, C, D, and E. To start with the IPv4 address, I convert the binary bits into decimal that equals to 5. After converting it, I get 3 bits equals to 5 subnets. Based on the original subnet mask, which is this, we borrow 3 host bits from the original subnet mask to make them into the network bits. The new subnet mask is this. Based on the new subnet mask, the last network bit is equal to 32, which is the range of the IPv4 address. Therefore, the subnet mask for all of the subnets are 255.255.255.224. Okay, now let's start with the range of IPv4 address for the subnet A, which start with 192.0.0.0 as the ID until 192.0.0.31 as the broadcast. The default gateway for subnet A is 192.0.0.1. The IPv4 address for PC1 is 192.0.0.2. The IPv4 address for PC2 is 192.0.0.3. The IPv4 address for the last visible of subnet A is 192.0.0.30. Next, the range of IPv4 address for the subnet B is start with 192.0.0.32 as the ID until 192.0.0.63 as the broadcast. The default gateway of subnet B is 192.0.0.33. The IPv4 address for the PC1 is 192.0.0.34. The IPv4 address for the PC2 is 192.0.0.35. The IPv4 address for the last usable of subnet B is 192.0.0.16. Okay, next, the range of IPv4 address for the subnet C is start with 192.0.0.64 as the ID until 192.0.0.95 as the broadcast. The default gateway for subnet C is 192.0.0.65. The IPv4 address for the PC1 is 192.0.0.66. The IPv4 address for the PC2 is 192.0.0.67. The IPv4 address for the last visible of subnet C is 192.0.0.94. Okay, the range of IPv4 address for the subnet D is start with 192.0.0.96 as the ID until 192.0.0.127 as the broadcast. The default gateway for subnet D is 192.0.0.97. The IPv4 address for the PC1 is 192.0.0.98. The IPv4 address for the PC2 is 192.0.0.99. The IPv4 address for the last usable of subnet D is 192.0.0.126. Lastly, for the subnet E, the range of the IPv4 address is start with 192.0.0.128 as the ID until 192.0.0.159 as the broadcast. The IPv4 address for the router left is 192.0.0.129. The IPv4 address for the router right is 192.0.0.130. The IPv4 address for the last usable of subnet E is 192.0.0.158. Okay, now let's go to the configuration part. I will start with the left router that connect with subnet A and subnet B. First, we enter the interface of subnet A, which is G01. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet A, which is 192.0.0.1 with subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exit. Then we enter the interface of subnet B, which is G00. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet B, which is 192.0.0.33 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exit. Then we enter the interface of router left, which is S010. Then we enter the IPv4 address for the router left, which is 192.0.0.129 with subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exit. Okay, now let's go to the configurations of the right router that connect with subnet C and subnet D. Okay, first, we enter the interface of subnet C, which is G00. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet C, which is 192.0.0.65 with subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exits. Then we enter the interface of subnet D, which is G01. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet D, which is 192.0.0.97 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exit. Then we enter the interface of the right router, which is S011. Then we enter the IPv4 address for the right router, which is 192.0.0.130 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. And then we enter the no strikes and exit. Okay, now let's go to the routing for the left router. Okay, first we enter the ID for the subnet C, which is 192.0.0.64 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224. Then the IPv4 address for the right router, which is 192.0.0.130. Then we enter the ID for the subnet D, which is 192.0.0.96 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224, and the IPv4 address for the right router, which is 192.0.0.130. Okay, now for the routing of the right router, we enter the ID of the subnet A, which is 192.0.0.0 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224, and the IPv4 address for the left router, which is 192.0.0.129. Then we enter the ID for the subnet B, which is 192.0.0.32 with the subnet mask 255.255.255.224, and the IPv4 address for the left router, which is 192.0.0.129. Okay, now I will demonstrate on how I ping the IPv4 address within the local and global network. For the local network, I will ping under the subnet B from PC1 to PC2. For the global network, I will ping from the subnet B of PC1 to the subnet C of PC2. Okay, now let's ping the local network, which is ping 192.0.0.35, and then you press enter. Here you can see the result. Okay, next for the global network, we ping 192.0.0.67, and then you press enter, and you wait for the result to appear. Here you can see the result. Okay, now let's proceed with the IPv6 address. Since it is in IPv6, the standard size for all subnet is /64. We start with the subnet A. Okay, the default gateway of subnet A is 2001:B8:0:1:1. The IPv6 address of PC1 is 2001:B8:0:1:2. The IPv6 address for the PC2 is 2001:B8:0:1:3. Okay, next for the subnet B, the default gateway is 2001:B8:0:2:1. The IPv6 address for PC1 is 2001:B8:0:2:2. The IPv6 address for PC2 is 2001:B8:0:2:3. Okay, for the subnet C, the default gateway is 2001:B8:0:3:1. The IPv6 address for the PC1 is 2001:B8:0:3:2. The IPv6 address for PC2 is 2001:B8:0:3:3. Next, for the subnet D, the default gateway is 2001:B8:0:4:1. The IPv6 address for PC1 is 2001:B8:0:4:2. The IPv6 address for PC2 is 2001:B8:0:4:3. Lastly, for subnet E, the IPv6 address for the left router is 2001:B8:0:5:1. The IPv6 address for the right router is 2001:B8:0:5:2. Okay, now I will proceed with the IPv6 configurations. I will start with the left router that connects with subnet A and subnet B. First, we enter the interface of subnet A, which is D01. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet A, which is 2001:B8:0:1:1/64. And then we enter no strats and exit. Then we enter the interface of subnet B, which is T00. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet B, which is 2001:B8:0:2:1/64. Then we enter no strats and exit. Then we enter the interface of the left router, which is S010. Then we enter the IPv6 address of the left router, which is 2001:B8:0:5:1/64. Then we enter no strats and exit. Okay, now let's proceed to the configurations of the right router that connects with subnet C and subnet B. Okay, first we enter the interface of subnet C, which is T00. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet C, which is 2001:B8:0:3:1/64. And then we enter no strats and exit. Then we enter the interface of subnet D, which is G01. Then we enter the default gateway of subnet D, which is 2001:B8:0:4:1/64. Then we enter no strats and exit. Then we enter the interface of the right router, which is S011. Then we enter the IPv6 address of the right router, which is 2001:8:0:5:2/64, and then we enter the new shots and exit. Okay, now let's proceed with the routing of the left router. Okay, first we enter the ID of the subnet C, which is 2001:B8:0:3:/64, and the IPv6 address of the right router, which is 2001:B8:0:5:2. Then we enter the ID of the subnet D, which is 2001:B8:0:4:/64, and the IPv6 address of the right router, which is 2001:B8:0:5:2. Then we enter the IPv6 unicast routing. Okay, now let's proceed to the routing of the right router. Okay, first we enter the ID of the subnet A, which is 2001:B8:0:1:/64, and the IPv6 address of the left router, which is 2001:B8:0:5:1. Then we enter the ID of the subnet B, which is 201:B8:0:2:/64. Then the IPv6 address of the left router, which is 201:B8:0:5:1. Then we enter the IPv6 unicast routing. Okay, now I will demonstrate on how I ping the IPv6 address within the local and the global network. For the local network, I will ping under the subnet A from PC1 to PC2. For the global network, I will ping from the subnet A PC1 to the subnet D PC2. Okay, now let's ping the local network, which is ping 201:B8:0:1:3, and then you press enter. Here you can see the result. Okay, next we ping for the global network, which is ping 201:B8:0:4:3, and then you press enter. Here you can see the result.